Hey, beat baseball world. Welcome to another installment of the also fabulous Beat Ball Blues Show. Here with me, Neil DAWG, and the doctor, Bam Bam Clark.
What, Neil Doc?
How are you,
Hey,
sir?
hey, hey. I'm sorry. I don't know the song. I wanted to sing. I wanted to sing.
You know where you're going with that? You know
No,
where I'm
no,
going?
the hey, hey, hey song. God, who was it?
Oh my goodness.
who is it?
Hey,
God, Boy George, Boy George.
oh no,
Yeah,
you're no. Honestly,
yeah.
no. I think you're
The-
mixing up "Say"
Oh, say.
by
There
Michael
you go.
Jackson and Paul
Yeah.
McCartney. You
Yes,
weren't
yes.
even hey.
Yeah,
Oh
well, you see,
boy,
I knew
Lord.
as I was trying to sing it, I was like, man, that just ain't right. There's something wrong here.
All
Hey,
together
Yeah,
wrong.
hey, hey. So yeah,
yeah, man.
that's why I was all confused, man. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Neil
you
Dog.
sounded just like him though, Bam Bam. You sounded good, man.
Ah, Neil, you can't tell our guests that they can't speak until you introduce them, man.
Honestly,
I mean, yeah. So, I
I
mean,
thought everybody kind of understood the rules, but then
yeah,
you get Hall of Famer and ball
yeah.
makers come
Yeah,
in here and they
right.
think they set the rules.
Yeah,
They tell us
Oh, my
how it's
bad.
gonna be.
That's my bad.
can't follow tradition on the
My
on the
bad.
show, man. God,
Hey,
Oof.
man.
real
Let's
quick,
start over again. No, let's go back out and start over again. Okay.
before we get our guests introduced and we start, having a good time, I do have a little somber little piece of information that I want to share. It's ironic. I woke up this morning and I couldn't think of a shirt that I wanted to wear on the show. So usually when I can't decide on a shirt, I go into my jersey drawer and I pulled out my Carolina Warriors jersey, and I found out or later in the day that Jason Ackes, who was a big part of the Carolina group and is still with us, but Jason lost his wife about 10 years ago, 10 days ago, sorry, and I wasn't aware of that until earlier today, but Jason was a good player while he was playing. From Carolina, even though I wasn't with the Warriors like in person in 13 and 14, I was part of the staff and helping them get ready for the World Series and got to work with Jason Elias, a great dude. He played with the Thunder. I don't know how he ended up with Darnell and the Thunder in 2011. He was an all defensive all-star for the Thunder. I believe he was on the Jets when they first started the Jets. He'd reached out to me because the Warriors weren't going to be together anymore, and he wanted help finding a team. And I remember it was the year that Kevin and the group was starting the Jets up, and I was like, man, a team I think that could use some depth is the Jets. So I'm pretty sure that he reached out and ended up playing with the Jets at the beginning. But I don't know. He's been on the show before. He's a friend of mine, friend of Beatball. So for all of you that know Jason Ackes and remember him from his playing days, keep him and his two boys in your prayers after losing his wife and their mother. Sorry to start out on a sad note, but I wanted to give one of my brothers some love. But let's jump in because we do have a cool episode lined up for today. I need to ask you, Seth, which is better for you when we're getting ready to do a show? Would you be more excited for Beatball Jeopardy or a Heat episode? Because I'm guessing it's gonna be tough.
Ball Jeopardy.
Beatball Jeopardy still comes in over your Heat.
I'm a Jeopardy fan, man. Come on, man. I've been a Jeopardy
All right.
fan forever, man. I'm a
Uh,
Jeopardy fan, and Jeopardy helps spread a different type of knowledge, and I'm into that. But no, man, and we've had plenty of Heat shows, man. I love the Heat. I love the Heat, but Beatball Jeopardy, we could have a whole category called the Heat, right? Or people who Fonzie has pitched home runs to, man, that could fill up a whole category, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
you're correct. We could do that with a lot of teams, but we actually on the very first edition of Beatball Jeopardy had a Heat combination, or a kind of a Houston history combination, because they were a team. Blake Boudreaux was president, and they were the only team I could think of that's had three presidents come from their team between
Yeah.
Mike, Doc Bradley, Mike. God, why am I drawing Garrett, Michael Garrett,
Mhm.
and Blake or whatever. So we've had them as a category, and I literally didn't think that we go on this far of on a tangent, because I thought that'd be an easy transition. You just say the Heat, and we'd start introducing Heat people. Kind of blow that all up. Let's
Well,
start out
hold on.
by
I keep advocating Beat Ball Jeopardy. It'd be pretty bad for me to say no, no, no.
fair enough, but you have advocated. You've also advocated for more Heat.
You
So,
love the Heat,
in
but
all
they know
fairness,
I love them.
true enough.
So.
True enough. All right, let's start out by bringing in their pitcher of 31 years now, Hall of Famer Fonzie Medrano, or should be in the Hall of Fame. Are you in the Hall of Fame yet, Fonz?
No, man. No,
My
I'm not.
bad.
I'm not in the Hall of Fame, bro. So, but it's all good. It's all good. Maybe
Hey,
one
hey,
day. See what
hey,
happens.
hey,
Maybe
hey!
one day.
Tell them, Fonzie, you want to do it the right way and actually go
Yeah.
once you've retired.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Maybe one day. We'll see what happens. Yeah,
It
see if I
is
make
kind of a trip with our sport. Like I've always thought it both makes sense to me, and I think it's weird. Like it makes sense to me, like not all of our players are going to come back years later and pay out of pocket to go, for their Hall of Fame thing years after they've stopped playing. So I kind of like that our players can go into the Hall of Fame while they're still out there and people know them. But it is also kind of weird when you grow up around other sports, and it's handled so differently. Like, and this year was really a trip because I know it's deserved. Like Eric Rodriguez has already had a Hall of Fame career. There's no question about that. But dude's in the Hall of Fame at 24 years old. It's crazy.
Mm.
And Jared went in there. Jared was in his 20s when he went in. So,
That's slightly ridiculous. I mean, as long as you're still playing, perhaps they could put in a rule that says you got to be at least like 30 or 35 or something, man. But a little
I don't
crazy, little crazy, man, a little crazy. But you don't have to wait the 5 years like the NFL or anything like that, man. Well,
But before we get your player in here to say a quick hello, Fonzie, man, how are you, dude? Welcome back to the show. It's
Oh,
been a long
yeah.
time.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for having me back, man. I appreciate it, man. I love this show, man. So I'm so happy you guys are still doing this, man. So keep it going, brother.
how often do you listen, Fonzo?
All the time, man. Every time, well,
What was
every
the
yeah,
last
every
what was the last show you listened to?
the last show I looked at was what was it? What was last week? I was
Hold
checking it out.
on, hold on, we're not. No hints. No hints. No
Yeah.
hintsies. No hintsies. No hintsies.
Yeah, you gonna call me out, man. You know my memory's not that good, Bam Bam, but but I do check it out, man. I do check
I
y'all shows out, man.
I'm just messing with you, Fonzo.
I will
That's
say
all
this.
good.
I will say this in his favor. Like on our YouTube channel, we don't get hardly any. We don't like on any of the platforms. We don't get a lot of comments. But on YouTube, we almost get none. And one person who does make comments on the YouTube channel is our boy Fonzie. So,
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
uh,
So see, there you go. I do check y'all out, man. So you'll see, I know.
hey, I should leave this alone, Fonzie, but Seth and I,
Oh.
after I came back and had to admit to the audience that I got whooped in the election, Seth and I decided we should start surveying people as they come on. And when it was announced that I was running for president, you were one of the first person to reach out to me and give me some
Hmm.
love. I'm
Yeah.
wondering now who you voted for, Fonz.
Oh man. Nah, you know what, man? Honestly,
Wonder
because
now.
yeah, so like I don't want to
You
like
don't
kind of say
you
because
don't really
actually
have to answer. It'll probably just make me look bad.
well, you know what? Okay, so
Unless
since
you
you
want to
asked,
say,
no, hold on.
unless you want to
So I will say this, Neil Dog. Let me tell you the truth is, man. I didn't vote, and I'm sorry about that, but I didn't, man. It's one of those things where, when I think about things like that, Neil Dog, I kind of let the membership, the players vote for who they want. You know what I mean? I always kind of felt that way, but I didn't get involved. and I didn't vote, man. So that's my, I don't know how that looks on me, but it's one of those things where I let the players vote to pick whoever they want. So
I don't
is that
I
Neil
don't know
Dog,
what
Neil
bad? I don't
Dog,
know if that's bad, but
Neil Dog. If
you
we had
know.
one of those cute little like sound maker machines, we could, make a sound as we cut him off the line. Bye bye.
wah,
Goodbye.
wah, wah.
Goodbye.
Man,
Wah wah wah.
man, my bad, bro, my bad. Yeah. So
Honestly, I mean, you joined in with like 70% or 70 something percent of the membership. Like
well,
we
you know
have
what, man? This is my thing though, Neil Dog. I think as far as the elections, man, I think there has to be some kind of I mean, what can you do to actually attract people to vote, right? Like, what can you do to make them want to vote? You know what I mean?
no
So it's more of
idea.
those things where I don't know, maybe some kind of a like if you make some kind of incentive, I don't know what that looks like because I'm not a politician, bro. I don't know. You know what
You
I mean?
don't
I don't
get
know.
you don't get
Yeah,
your Jersey Mike sandwich until you vote.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not much into politics, man, but I don't know what it looks like if you have some kind of incentive to make the players want to vote. I don't know. You
Back
know?
back in the old days of politics, they would bring everybody together, give them liquor and barbecue, and then take
There
them
you
to the
go,
polls.
right? Yeah, like like okay, so good point, Bam Bam. Like, what if, for example, like say, hey, if you go to vote, you get a ticket for a free meal or a free,
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
right? Like you
yeah,
get a free meal from somewhere, you
yeah,
know.
no,
I mean,
no,
that'll like, oh yeah, man, I want my free meal. Let me go vote.
no,
So,
that makes sense.
but something like that, man. But if it's like there's nothing in that, and I mean, because as of right now, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, how many people didn't vote, Neil Dog? Do you know the number?
Yeah, there was 507 registered members this year, and no
130
more,
voted.
less than
130 voted.
140, less than
Uh,
140.
Dang.
well,
Yeah.
well,
Wow. I
yeah.
mean, that's not
No,
good. That is not cool.
no, no,
That's not cool. So
no.
so now I'm feeling bad, Neil Dog. Thanks a lot, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
It's all
Yeah.
right. You know what? Honestly, yeah, I'm disappointed that so many aren't voting. That was better than saying you voted for the other guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, there's definitely a better answer than no, man. You know
Yeah.
what? I just got to be
Nah.
honest with you, Neil Dog. I didn't like your platform, man. I like
Yeah.
what you a bit more, man. Sorry,
That's where
bro. I
that's
thought I was
actually
Nah.
going with you. Thought
that's
I was going
Yeah.
actually
with you.
that is
Yeah,
totally
but
where I thought he was going. I was like, we should just stop this
Yeah,
bus
right.
before it gets too ugly.
Yeah, we don't have to get too
I'm
deep
about to
into
get
Oh
ugly
man.
again.
Oh man. Nah,
All
but
right, man.
I think probably going forward, man, that would be a good idea. Some kind of
Oh,
something,
uh,
a meal, something, man. So
uh,
that'll
I
work.
agree.
I don't know the answer. Maybe one of our new, young, and up and coming members will shed some light on us because we've gone way too long without introducing our 2024 Rookie of the Year who hit 2 home runs
Let's
in his
go,
rookie
baby.
season. Noah
Woo,
Fenney,
woo,
man.
woo.
Are you still with us, Noah? Did
Yeah.
you fall
I'm
asleep?
I'm good. I'm still with y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Uh,
All right.
and you've never been on the show, and you know how it works, though, Noah. You waited your turn, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Good young
Yeah.
man. After we get off, man, give Fonzie some notes so he's ready next time.
Will
Do you
do.
Yeah.
do you,
Yeah.
do you feel like you're stuck on a night out with your parents, like just these old people yammering on and on and on?
Uh, a little bit. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We earned it. We earned it. Man, Noah, tell us about actually go ahead and give us some quick thoughts as a young player. Like what could we do to encourage you to vote?
Um, I really like Fonzie's idea, offering like a free incentive. So like if you vote, you get a free ticket to, let's say, like a restaurant or like a meal,
Mhm.
just a free meal if you
Yeah.
vote. I think that would encourage a lot of people. I mean, it would encourage me for sure. Um, but it would encourage so many people to go out there and show their support and represent and put their thoughts into the vote.
Yeah, I'm thinking though we have to like figure out a way to do it correctly because like say if people just get that free lunch ticket at the same time they get their little, free
Token.
coin,
Oh,
Yeah,
their
no.
absolutely,
token.
yeah.
I don't know why it's called a token. It's literally like a little piece of braille paper with braille
Mhm.
on it.
Mm.
So it's a
But
ballot.
no, because it just has like your little code on it. I mean, it's cool, but I was expecting a real token for some reason. But you can't give out the free lunch at the same time you give out the token. They have to go vote and earn
Absolutely.
and earn
Absolutely.
that free meal.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they still won't vote. They'll just take the free ticket. That's funny.
Absolutely, yeah.
But no, man, tell us about you. Like, how do you end up in our world of blind people? How do you end up playing beat ball with the Heat?
So, our coach, Lee Rodriguez, has been trying to recruit me since I was 16. And then this year, I finally decided to come out. It was a practice in Austin. That was my first ever practice. Got to meet all the guys, and it was the weather conditions. It made it a little tough. It was muddy, but I fell in love with the game just right then and there, just after a batting practice with Fonzie, and then just as the months went on, um, just got more used to it, got better on defense, and then that first tournament was something special. So that's where I truly fell in love with the game, was after the first game
What
of that
what which tournament was your first tournament?
the Oklahoma tournament.
Okay.
Yes, that was my first tournament, and I fell in love with it. And I knew I wanted to come back, and I knew that I wanted to commit to the sport. So then went to the Chicago tournament, the Bolingbrook tournament. Went there and met some met some great people. And then coming to this World Series, it really opened my eyes of how important this sport is to so many people. And I knew I wanted to be in this community because it's such a welcoming community. Everyone, I didn't know their name, but they knew my name, and they're like, "Hey Noah, thanks for coming out." It was a great experience, and I think just all those meetings with other players and other coaches, volunteers, gave me the realization that I wanted to keep playing the sport, and I want to further my playing career and you know keep playing.
Let me ask you this: have you, well, a couple things background wise, have you always been blind? If not, when did you go blind? And did what other sports have you played, or is beep ball? Can't imagine beep ball is the first sport you played, coming out
Uh,
there banging home runs like that. But you
I
know,
used to I used to play baseball growing up. And I would hit home runs there too. Um, but I grew up playing, like I started playing baseball when I was 3 years old. And I started losing my vision around that time as well. And I had to stop playing when I was around 10 years old. And I had to switch to other sports. So football, basketball, track and field. I wrestled a little bit. But baseball has always been my first love. And when I heard of the game when I was 16, I knew I really wanted to do it, but I just didn't have the time and the motivation to do it. But then when I turned 18 and, you know, got invited to that practice, I'm like, because it's one of those things that baseball is my favorite sport, and to be able to play baseball again, it's incredible. So,
Did I hear right? Your dad is one of the spotters now on the team, right? Or
yes, sir. Hmm.
that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Talk
that's
about
good.
that. Talk about him getting involved.
It's incredible just knowing that I have my dad right there. He supported me, and I mean he picked it up so quickly, and I'm very proud of him. He started spotting in March,
Hmm.
and uh, he picked it up so fast. He's been doing so good,
Hmm.
and it's incredible to see how much he's picked up on it and how much I'm able to share my love of the game with him. It's incredible. I'm so proud of him, and I'm so happy that he decided to be a part of the team with me.
On to man. Give
Yeah.
us your perspective of
Oh,
his rookie
oh
year and
man.
them getting involved with the team.
Oh, Noah, man. Well, I'll start with Noah. So I remember Coach Lee talking about Noah, man, back when he was like 16, right? I'm, man, where's this kid at, bro? Where's he at? I kept asking about him. I would ask about him all the time. Like, where's this kid at? And I know Noah was like, he was doing a lot of school activities. activities and other things like that that was going on in his life, so he wasn't able to come out. But I tell you what, Neil Dog, when he came out, man, I was like, okay, let's take this kid out from the very first swing. Dude, I'm like, oh, he's something special. He's something special. He's gonna make a lot of noise in his game, and worked some things out with his swing, his stance, and everything. Man, he's very coachable. He listens, follows instructions, bro. That's what I love about him. And we just started having from right there, man, from the very first swing, the chemistry just started growing, and we started gelling. And next thing you know, man, he's just making contact. He's barreling the ball. Very, very special kid, man. We're so happy to have him. He's gonna be the foundation of this team, dude. Going forward, you'll see.
Going forward, yeah.
He's a good boy. He's a good kid. He's a really big kid. I don't know if you ever had a chance to meet him, but he's a big kid, man. Very strong. He's actually pretty fast for his size, but I know he could get faster. But yeah, man. So we're so happy to have Noah. The whole team loves him. He fits right in with our culture, man. He's a very, very good kid. And John, his dad, man, I gotta say, John's a natural talent, bro. Just like Noah, they're both natural talents when it comes to this game. So John, dude, I mean, he started spotting for us, man, on the right side, and man, I couldn't believe how fast he picked it up, man. It was one of those things where you watch him spot, bro. It's like, man, it seems like he's been playing this game for a long time. You know what I mean? That's how he started spotting. That's how he picked it up, and I mean, he's so accurate with his calls, bro. It's unbelievable how good he is, and we're so happy to have him. I also want to give a quick shout out to Noah's mom, dude. She's something special, man. She is man, the thing she does for this team, bro, it's unbelievable. And this is what we needed, right? We needed someone to have that commitment, that dedication to make a difference on this team. And she's doing her thing, bro. We really appreciate her, love her. But the Fenney family, man, they're just a big blessing for the Bayou City Heat. We're so happy to have them. We're blessed to have them. We're happy that they're here. And man, I tell you right now, man, we can't wait to this next tournament's coming up, this next practices and tournaments coming up. But man, I don't know. It's like I could keep going, Neil Dog, but man, we're just so happy to have them. It's one of those things where they're a blessing for us, man. We're so happy about them.
No, give us some measurements, man. How big are you?
I am right now I'm about 6'3". Weight probably close to 285. Yeah,
Oh my good. Hey, let's just say he puts all that weight into this swing, bro. Let's just say that.
Clearly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's transferring his weight forward very nicely. Yeah.
I'm guessing in football you are automatic on the offensive line.
Absolutely. I was a starting left tackle. So I was.
Talk about that a little bit, because you mentioned how, like, when you started losing your vision, you had to stop playing baseball, but you were able to go play basketball and football. Like, what did you do in basketball and football, and like, what was the difference? How come you were able to continue on?
Hands up. A defensive end is just a little bit bigger than a baseball. I'm just saying. Easier to see.
No, fair enough.
I'm just saying, but go ahead, though. Tell them that it's easier to see a defensive end than a baseball.
Oh yeah, I will say, it was a lot easier to see that, and I actually had to stop playing football because the mask kept obscuring my vision. So then I transitioned to more of a basketball career, and yeah, that worked a lot. It was indoors, so I was able to, it was always light in the gym, and the basketball is pretty big, so I was able to see it. There were some times though where it would be coming at me and I couldn't see it at all. So once I graduated from middle school, I had to stop playing basketball, but that's when I transitioned into wrestling because you're just right there. And I took inspiration. There was a completely blind wrestler, state champion from California. I forget his name, but I took inspiration from him. And I wrestled for 3 years in high school because it was a lot easier because you're right there, and it was so fun. But once I started playing b-ball, I quit. It was fun throwing people around. I will say that.
Easy for somebody 6'3", 285 to say.
So what's crazy is I was always one of the smaller kids in my division. There were guys I remember going against a guy that was 6'7" and like close to 300 pounds, and I'm like, whew. It's those wrestling weight classes that would get me. But Yeah,
Mm.
that wrestling was one of those things that one of the only sports I could really play. And then when I got introduced to beat ball, I'm like, I want to focus solely on that.
Oh, I imagine you'd be able to throw the hell out of a goal ball, though.
Oh yeah, I did play goalball for a little bit. I actually do want to get back into it. My goal is to make the 2028 Paralympics for goalball, so I want to try and get back into that. Because goalball was a sport that it was the first ever adapted sport I ever played. I started playing that when I was about 12 years old, and I played until I was about 16. And I love the game. So
It's a total side note, but I just reposted this on my own timeline in the last few days. Goalball is one of, and I don't know what the other one is, but goalball is one of only two sports that's played at the Paralympics that doesn't have like a game that it was invented from, like from the sighted world or the regular Olympics, like wheelchair basketball coming from regular basketball or whatever. Go ball, something that was just specifically come up with for blind folks.
And you don't know what the other one was? The other sport was?
If
Did you
it
say
was
there were?
listed on, yeah, they
Yeah,
said it was
okay.
one of two. I don't think it was listed as part of the post. And off the
Gotcha.
top of my head,
Was it a blind sport or a different sport?
I'd
Okay.
have to
No,
go.
I just
I don't even think it was listed, but that's a
okay.
pretty lofty goal to be like,
Yeah.
I want to get back into
Yeah.
goal ball, and I want to be at the Olympics 4 years from now. Like, I'm glad you don't set your sights too high.
Yeah, right.
that's always been one of my dreams. Is I remember watching the Paralympics for the first time in 20, I believe it was 2016, either 2016 or 2020, and then watching goalball. I'm like, I want to be there. I want to be on that court, representing my country. Um, so
Let's
that's always been one of my dreams of mine.
Yeah, no, I could totally dig that. I know Seth has had the opportunity both with goal ball and downhill snow skiing. I grew up a competitive swimmer and did that till I was 19, but I didn't know anything. Like I competed against other sighted kids all that time. I didn't know anything about Paralympics or any of that stuff. And I learned about it more later, more from like getting into beep ball and just learning more about the blind world or whatever. And by then my swimming was done. But even though I was done swimming, I still kind of had that dream, like, oh, that would have been so cool to
Absolutely.
go to a Paralympics and represent the country as a swimmer. It would have been wow.
And if there could have been a Paralympics back in like the 90s that I could have gone to that was here in the United States, it'd been beautiful, man. I guess they're Winter Olympics later on.
Yeah,
But,
Winter Olympics.
I wasn't a flyer, man. Noah, so the Los Angeles would have been perfect for me.
One thing that's really cool about having you on the show with Seth, Noah, is the very first year of the home run line in beat baseball was 1990. It was set at 180 feet back then. And Seth here, as a 17-year-old, was the first player ever to hit one over that 180-foot line. So having a young man like yourself who hit 2 home runs this year in your rookie season, come on, like I like the little tie-in between the two of you.
And how old are you, Noah? Are you 18 or how old did you? I didn't know if you said 19 or.
I'm 18.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bam Bam. Hey,
Sure.
what was your first home run? What was it projected at? Did they do it? Did they project it back in the day as far as how many feet it was?
Nah, man. No, nobody did anything like that. There
No?
was just
Honestly, Fonzie, I've never heard of that being done until this year when people are projecting how long Noah's were. Like
Okay.
I literally, most of the time we're just happy the umpire could see whether it went over the line or not. Because usually there's no field up and the head umpire's looking for 170 feet away. I was like, was that just over or just short?
Yeah, I mean, but dang, man, if it went over 180, man, that's a long way, bro. I mean, you got to be very, very strong to hit it that far. Because right now it's it's 170, right? And it's like, not everybody can hit a home run, but if you hit it over 180, man, that's crazy. That's power, baby.
It's
That was
power.
almost
Oh, well, Fonzie, if I could have been hooked up with you when I was 17, I'd be Hall of Famer right now,
yeah.
Fonzie.
Man, bro, I wish I had
God,
you.
man. Oh, man. Like I
That's
said,
all
man,
good.
we were talking about that tequila. I remember going buying you a bottle of tequila in Stockton, man. I was like, man, I'm 40 at bats without a strikeout, man. I never thought it would ever happen, man.
Oh,
So,
it's beautiful, man.
no,
Guys
no,
had a
man.
good
That
time.
was
Good
great,
times.
man. Great.
yeah.
But you
Good
did actually
times.
get me on the All-Star team twice, which was the only two times
Awesome.
I've ever been on the All-Star team
Oh,
with
wow, man.
Fonz. Yeah, I've
Let's go,
never
baby.
been on
I'm
it.
happy for that. I'm happy for that, man. Yes, sir.
Seth Seth has said more than once on the show that is his career could have had a whole different outcome had he been with you during the whole
Oh,
career.
man, I appreciate that, bro.
In all
Appreciate the love,
fairness, though,
baby.
in all fairness, though, there's a lot of athletes that could say that. Not all of us.
Yep.
Not everybody. I'm not complaining. Not everybody has been blessed by playing with a great pitcher. So,
No.
That's true. That's true. But
Thank
hey,
you.
well,
real quick.
my career was particularly hampered by not playing with one. But I'm just saying that
No,
comes into play.
absolutely, absolutely. You know, I guess closing up on the home run thing because Fonzie, you're talking early in the show about like, not people not always being there to see it or whatever. Because you were talking to Seth specifically about him that you think maybe he hit more with you guys, but
Yeah.
nobody
Yep.
is out there to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Parker, we had John Parker on the show before the World Series, and he was saying that same year, his rookie year in 1990, because he was on Topeka that year and we played Topeka in the round robin. Parker said that Seth hit a home run against them. And it's like
Mm,
if that's true, he hit two that year because the home run
man.
that we know about came against Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go, man. See, it just hit you right there.
Uh,
Shows
So
you
I
right
mean,
there.
it's possible,
Fonzo.
dude hit two that year as a 17-year-old.
Yep.
Then
Dude.
nobody hit another one until 1993.
Yeah, like I was telling Bam Bam, man, I feel like, when when he was actively playing with us, man, I'm sure he hit quite a few that he never got credit for because they were way out there, way out there. So I'm just saying, man, I'm just saying,
Fonzo.
I wish we got credit for it.
Hey, nothing's like hitting off Fonzo. Noah, you should be very, very thankful, man. You
I'm
have an incredible, incredible pitcher, man.
he's
Thanks,
a
bro.
he's a great pitcher. He'll put it in the right spot every time.
All
So
right. And
doesn't really
he's
matter.
not a ground ball line drive pitcher either. He wants you to take it up. He wants you to take it high and deep, boy.
Absolutely.
We try,
back,
we do try,
back,
bro.
back.
We do try.
Hey,
Yes,
Noah,
sir.
Noah, before we talk the rest of your team up with you guys, tell us a little bit about how you're coming along on defense, man. Where are you at on defense at this point in your career?
Um, there's room for a lot of improvement. And that one thing I do need to work on regarding defense is speed because it can help me on both offense and defense. But regarding the defensive aspect, there were a couple balls where after watching some of the film, um, that I was one or two steps away from, and if I had a little more speed, I could have gotten the out. But I do feel my defense has improved over the years. I mean, in my first tournament, I only had one putout, and then um, jumping from that tournament to my second ever tournament, going from one putout to seven putouts, I do feel it's improved. There's, like I said, there's still a lot of room for improvement. And me, Fonzie, coaches, and all of our players, we will work on our defense. That's something that it's a big target for us is defense because at the end of the day, defense wins championships. So, but I do hope to improve my defense and just be able to contribute at that aspect a little more to our team.
You've been
Yep.
playing deep mostly, right?
Rover and deep. Yes, sir.
All right. How's your comfort level out there? Like, do you like playing deep? Do you, have
Um,
you?
I prefer playing rover. That's where I felt the most comfortable. But at the end of the day, I'll play wherever they need me. Because it's also regarding certain teams. Maybe a certain team will hit the ball out there further. They may want me back there, or if they like to hit up the middle, and we had to make those adjustments. But I do prefer playing Rover. It's where I feel most natural, and that's where I started out at. So
Hmm.
I do
And
feel
What
now we
uh,
know, Noah. Now we know. Thanks, man. We know where you want to be at.
Hey, knowing is half the battle. Go ahead.
help
No, but
help me with help me with a little clarity because I would think the rover position on most teams is a deep position. What is the rover position on the Heat?
um so my it's like in the
It's more in mid level.
yeah,
yeah, I would say
mid to
so.
mid.
hmm
All right.
Hmm.
So I play towards the middle line, straight down the middle.
All right.
And yeah, I go for more of the like fives and the fours, like just straight down the middle balls. That's
All
more
right.
the
Cool.
rovers. But we play in between the short and the deep.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, but I want to say that his work ethic, man. Noah, your work ethic, bro, it's awesome. So it's one of
Thank
those
you.
things where like Noah, man, it's one of the things I know about Noah, man. He actually gets down on himself. He makes a mistake and he wants to kick his own butt. You know what I mean? He's one of those kind of players where it takes
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
very serious. So
Yeah. Yeah.
to me, that's actually it shows a lot of good character on a player that actually cares whether he or she makes a mistake or not, right? Because that's how I was. If I make a mistake, I get mad at myself, and that's how Noah is, man. And he likes to learn. He listens, he learns, he asks questions, and he's gonna be one of those players. But you'll see, man, as he starts to grow into the game, he's gonna make a lot of noise in defense, man. He's already making noise on offense, right? But the defense part of it, he's gonna watch. You'll see. I'm projecting by this next season, he's gonna have a lot more improvement on his defensive skills. So we're looking forward to that.
A few of our sirens joined up with you guys in the Chicago tournament to help out with
Yes.
spotting and stuff.
Oh
And
yes.
our general manager, Cassandra McDaniel, speaks very highly of you, Noah. So I was looking
Hmm.
forward to getting you on the show. She couldn't say enough good things about you coming out of that tournament. So
I appreciate
Well,
it. She's
yeah.
a great coach, so
Hmm.
all
Everybody
right,
loves
so,
Noah, bro.
it could be a TV show. Oh, so let's talk up the rest of your team a little bit, man. You guys had a really solid season, Fonzie. Man, when Seth and I were talking about pulling this show together, it's like we wanted to kind of keep it smaller because the larger the show, the harder it is to kind of pull out,
Hmm.
individual content. But man, you guys had what, three different people hit home runs. You got
Hmm.
Tanner retiring. You got Michael Garrett winning the Jim Quinn Award. Let's talk about that
Yeah.
first, man. I love me some Michael Garrett. I saw him at the tournament early in the week, and then he wasn't there the night of the banquet because you stepped in and accepted the award on his behalf. What happened to our boy that night?
Well, no, Mr. Garrett, the whole team loves Mr. Garrett, man. He's a great asset to the team. Winning that award was we actually Daryl had called him that night, man, and Mr. Garrett was very, very excited, very pleased, and he was so happy to receive it. But Mr. Garrett has some things he had to get back to at home, so he had to
Understand?
leave a little early. But no, if it wasn't for that, he would have still been there. Mr. Garrett's a trooper, man, and he loves the game, he loves the team, and I know he wanted to be there, but. Yeah, so I was very honored that I was able to actually accept the award for him, man, because it's one of those things where that award's what probably at the highest level, right? The biggest award you probably can
Yeah,
receive
yeah, yeah,
in the game
yeah.
of beatball. Um,
Uh,
but
I,
for me,
I,
yeah,
I think of the Jim Quinn Award as like the MVP of the whole league.
yeah, but it was awesome to actually I was honored to receive it for him, man. But now that's why Mr. Garrett wasn't there. He had some things to get back to, so. But I know he wanted to be there. He was with us though in spirit, so he was there.
Seth, am I the only one who feels like we're talking about Al Davis with the Mr. Garrett,
Yeah,
Mr. Garrett, Mr.
no, yeah,
Garrett?
oh, yeah, no. I was thinking Jerry Jones, but yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes, sounds just like the football players. Yeah,
Don't man, don't
Mr.
get don't
Jones,
get him
Mr.
started,
Jones,
man.
Mr. Jones, or whatever. Hey, hey,
Bam
and I,
Bam, do not get
I didn't
started on
know.
Jerry
uh,
Jones.
I
hey,
didn't. I
and
didn't
I've
know
been
we
I,
can't.
I've been there during the Heat arguments. Michael,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on, Michael. Well,
I
Yeah.
I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know. I didn't get the memo that we can't call him Michael anymore. Mr. Garrett. No, Mike's been around since the beginning of beat ball, and like I was a board member when he was president or whatever. He's been a mentor to me in this league. More, I never played with him, so more off the field and politics and stuff. But I was really happy to see him win that award. I know he's been
Yeah.
dedicated to this sport forever.
Oh yeah, beautiful thing.
Hey,
So
Fonzie, I think, hold on real quick. I know you catch all of our episodes, never miss one. But I know you might have missed one. Did you hear when God, who is it from Boston? Rob, what's his last name? Wiseman.
Wiseman.
Wiseman, yeah, Rob Wiseman.
When he did his historical rankings
Yeah,
of teams, you heard that? You saw
I
how
listened to
high.
that show,
Yeah,
Bam Bam. Yes, sir.
how high the Bayou City Heat ended or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
No, I wanted to make sure you heard that, man.
I
That was
did.
high praise. You've
It
been working
was.
hard for that
It
I
was.
mean,
Nah,
you're a big part of that, man.
nah.
Yep.
That was actually one of the best shows you guys ever had. That was a really good show. Rob did his thing with those stats, man. I was very impressed, and I was very happy to hear where we actually stood in the league. So
Didn't the
I
Heat
think,
end up like third or something like that on the
Third or
list?
fourth,
yeah.
yeah, third or
Now we
something
were
like
number
that.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yep,
were number
number
three.
three.
Yeah. And that's,
So,
yeah, if we would have some more championships, we'd have probably came up at first, but
yeah,
that's
right.
okay.
Well,
Just a
I
few.
mean, I didn't want to sound like I was throwing mud at you, but since you threw that out there, that I remember him talking about that and thinking about it. It's true. That's what specifically made the Heat's position on that list most impressive is the teams that are ranked high up there are because they've got multiple championships, and you
Yeah.
guys have the one championship, but you're ranked really high because you finish in the top five just about every time you're at a tournament.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you sustained like a real high level of finishing. And
Yeah.
it's only
I
only
mean,
got
yeah, we were pretty much finishing top three, four
Wow, right,
for
right.
several
yeah,
years, right, Bam
yeah.
Bam? I
Yeah,
mean, we were
yeah.
always up there. We were always there, man. We'd always I mean, we were there. I mean, we were always close to getting to that championship game, man. And things happened, didn't go our way, but we were there, man, for several years in a row. And I just feel like, I'm proud of that. I'm proud that we were able to compete in that way every year, man. And we're getting back to that point again. So
Uh,
yes, sir.
So
No, but I was happy about that. Yeah. Mhm.
is it official? Is Tanner definitely, did he just play his last year? Do you think?
I'm gonna let Tanner. I'm gonna let Tanner speak
You
to
let
that, man.
Tanner stay on
But to
that?
me,
All right.
but in my opinion, well, this is me. I know Tanner. I've talked to Tanner, man. Tanner's one of the best players to ever play this game. The dude's like he's a beast out there, man. I love him, man. He's my brother. I just feel like he just has so much more to give, so much more to in the tank to just keep playing this game at a high level, and he proved it this past season, dude. He was like I think he was a couple bats short of winning an MVP again offensively. But his defensive skills are on point, bro. If you see him play, he's diving at that ball like if he was 18 years old, dude. You know what I mean? He's throwing his body around. He's still lightning fast. He's still got power. And what proves that, he hit a home run, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
power, bro. So his
yeah.
power has not diminished. If anything, he's just getting stronger. And he's just so Tanner's one of those guys, man, that he has a lot more to give to this game, and this league needs him. This league needs players like him, right, to stay attractive, and just to go out there and kind of show his skills, his skill set. He made the All-Star team. You know what I mean? That's another beautiful thing. It's more like that's just proof, man, that he just has so much more to give, and we're happy to
Yeah.
have him. And me with Tanner, just of course, man, I want him to stay. Want him to be here forever. So it's one of those things where we'll talk and we'll see where his mindset is. And but yeah, we want him to stay, man.
How if it does end up being his last year, how cool is it for you that he did come back to the Heat for one more year?
Oh man, when Tanner he calls me, man. It's like we had a conversation about him coming back, bro. My face lit up because I know. See, I know why he thought about leaving that one time. I knew we had a conversation. We talked about it, man. Much respect for Tanner for even calling me and talking to me about it. So I love that about him. But I know the reason why, right? And when he wanted to come back, man, it was one of those things where, yeah, man, see, it just proves that he belongs to the Heat, bro. He belongs here. Here's where he needs to stay. And Me and Tanner, we got a lot of history. We got so much chemistry, man. Like I said, we're brothers, man, and just to have him back it was a blessing for this team because he does light up this offense, man. He's with him leading off, dude. And he just drops bombs as a leadoff. It sparks the lineup, dude. It sparks the offense. You know what I'm saying? And he still has that mentality, that beast mentality, man, where he goes crazy, man. He's one of those guys. It's hard to control him sometimes when when he hits that bag. He goes crazy, man, yelling and screaming and dancing and yeah. So it's one of those things where, but we love that energy though, man. I love that energy.
Yeah,
So it's all good,
yeah.
man. We're happy to have him.
Hey, no, let's get you back in the conversation, man. Tell us a little bit about your fellow rookie Grant Simpson, who's going to be joining you at the All-Star Showcase. Congratulations, by the way, for getting named to the All-Star Weekend. But tell us about your fellow rookie that's going that weekend with you.
No, thank you again. And Grant is incredible. I remember meeting him in first practice and knowing that he's going to be a star. Just the way his defense is incredible. He's fast. He can hit. He is. A couple of our teammates would make the joke that we were the twin G's, twin giants on the team, and that we would just lay down. We can cover the entire field. But no, he's incredible. And I know that he's going to have a great career. And I'm hoping that he will stay with the Heat for years to come. Because he's one of those players that he loves to learn. He loves the game. He listens, and I remember just him and Fonz would just be working on the swing. Anytime he'd come out to one of our Houston practices, and we would just be working on the swing, and you would just hear how Fonzie got so excited when it was finally there, and he's improved so much, and I'm so grateful that he ended up coming onto our team to be with us, and he's incredible, and I can't wait to see him at this All-Star Showcase.
How tall is he? Because you talked about the two of you laying out and covering a lot of ground.
He's 6'3" as well.
All right. How old is he?
I believe he's
young like you.
20. He's in his 20s.
Right.
I don't know his exact age.
I believe he's like 20. I believe he's 23, 24. Yeah, he's
somewhere around there.
Is he? I always just assumed like he was part of the Kevin Wayne family. Is that different?
Yeah.
No, he's not related.
Not relation. No relation there.
When I saw his name, I'm like, oh, another Simpson there.
That's what I thought too. I'm like,
my bad. You learn things every day, Neil. It's something new for our Beatball Jeopardy, man. There we go.
But no, it's got to be exciting to have two young, big hitters like that, Fonzie.
Oh man, yeah. Grant is actually, man, he's a natural talent as well. He's fast, bro. He's so fast. He's strong. He's very athletic. He tracks that ball very well, man. I mean, we're so happy to have Grant on the squad, and like I said, he's one of those guys, man. Always positive. Always has positive energy, man. He's eager to learn. He just wants to get better, and you see that when he's out there in practice, man. He just wants to get better. We worked on his swing, man, barreling the ball. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where he just wants, like I said, he just wants to learn to get better. I mean, he already has the speed. I mean, the dude can get there. The dude can play defense. He can hit the ball hard. It's one of those things where he just wants to grow, man. He wants to grow and get better, and we're so happy to have him. We love Grant. The team loves Grant. The chemistry's there. They gel together. Really good guy, man. Really good kid, and like I said, we're happy to have him.
Nice. So out of the 6 home runs hit this year at the World Series, 4 of them came off of your hand.
Wow.
Who's this other dude, Gonzalez, that hit a home run?
Well, you want to talk about Alex, Noah? You want me to start?
I can talk about him. Alex is a great dude. He has natural power, and he when he barrels the ball, it flies. It goes far. But he wanted one so bad, and we were making the joke at the beginning of the year that we were both going to get one, and we would do this back-to-back pose, and we got it, and it was an incredible moment because I knew he could get one. He just needed to believe that he could get one, and once he did believe he could get one, he got it, and it flew. So
did you guys? I mean, I understand you had this pose thing going. Did you hit back-to-back home runs? The two?
Unfortunately, no. But I think that would have been the icing on the cake. But we did take a picture back-to-back. after my home run. And
Yeah,
he's an incredible guy. So supportive. One of the
yeah, very
funniest
good.
dudes on our team. He
Hmm.
and he has so much talent.
He does.
And he's an incredible guy. So I'm
How
very
long's
grateful.
he how long's he been with the Heat, Fonz?
Well, he started back with us, man. I don't remember the year, but he left for a while and he came back, I think in 2000 and was it 21? Not so maybe just a couple years ago. Yeah, a couple
Right?
years ago, man, he came back. But Alex, man, he's one of those. He also played football, man. He's very athletic. He played football. I believe he was a running back or something like that in football. But
Hmm.
very strong, dude. That dude's freaking strong. He can definitely hit home runs like pretty. I mean, he's that strong, but it's more like with practice and get his swing right, get his timing correct, man. He's gonna be a beast. He's gonna be him and Noah and Tanner are going to be just fighting up there, man, with home runs, man. And to me, hitting the home runs is like I love it, man. It actually gets me hyped up, man. I'll go kind of crazy after they hit a home run because it's like it was a perfect pitch with a perfect swing, perfect timing. Everything was perfect, man, for the ball to go that far. And
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
but
exciting.
it's very exciting. But Alex is a very, very good dude, man. We all love him, man. Very, like I said, very strong, very athletic. He's very passionate. Let's just say that. He's a passionate guy, man. He learns from his mistakes and he just wants to get better as well. So I know he's looking forward to coming out and playing again, man. So Alex was another one that he can drop bombs out there, dude. And I think it's gonna be a lot more coming from him in the future. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so as far as the team goes, man, we've touched on a lot of people. Anything that we've left out, you guys want to touch on as far as your team this season goes?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Noah.
Um, I want to give a shout out to Richie.
Mm,
Obviously president now. But dude, he taught me a lot on defense. He was one of those guys that was helping me a lot with much as the defense. Obviously, he's a great defensive player, always a defensive all-star. But he's one of those guys that he was one of those mentors to me. Him and then Daryl Miner helped me
mm-hmm.
a lot as well. Daryl
Yeah.
considers me his nephew, so
Yeah.
yeah, but he helped me a lot. Gave me a bunch of pointers. Honestly, everyone on the team gave me pointers. And I gladly accepted
You
them.
need to give Daryl some pointers, man. I
Oh,
watched a
God.
couple games, man. I see Daryl still out there fouling off balls, hitting them up to 100 feet in the air. But foul though, man, a little too early.
Mm.
Give him some pointers, man. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those guys are incredible.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Do,
Fonz.
do you call him
No, I
Uncle
was gonna
Daryl?
Unc, Unc, call him Unc.
Go,
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
Daryl.
ahead, Z.
No, I was just gonna say, man, with our team right now, man, I just wanna just kind of we have a really, really good team, bro. We're building and we're gonna just get better and better. We got a good coaching staff. Coach Lee, man, he busts his butt out there for the team. He's doing a great job. From our volunteers, our spotters, man, our players. It's one of those things where we have that chemistry going, man. I use chemistry a lot because to me, chemistry is very, very important. It's actually critical for a team to be successful. So you got to have chemistry with each other, man, and that's what we have. I just feel like we're just gonna get better, man. I think you know how we get pretty much counted out every year, every season. Seems like, oh, whatever, we lose players here and there, but I just feel like we're stronger than ever right now, dude. We got a strong, good team. We got a great foundation with our new players, and I just feel like this next season, man, we'll see what happens, man. I think our defense is gonna be better, man. Watch out for us, because we can bang with any team. I think everyone knows that we can bang with any team out there, and our defense is going to start getting better and match up with those big defensive teams as well. So we put that together, man. We're going to be very competitive, and I think that's all we can do is go out there and leave everything out there, put our best out there, and this next season, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm already excited about it, and I'm looking forward to being playing on Saturday again, bro. It's one of those things. If you play on Saturday, it's like, man, that's just playing on Saturday is it's a success to me. So and I think
Definitely.
that's our goal. That's where we want to be, and we're gonna get there together, man. I think our team is we got a great culture, positive, and Yeah, we're gonna get there, bro. So keep a lookout for the Bayou City Heat, man. We're not going anywhere.
It's why, I mean, if you're a true competitor, you play to get to the final game.
That's right.
That's like your that if again, if you're competitive, that should be motivation enough. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's why you're out there doing it. And even after you do it, and get to see what it's like. I remember hearing Steve Young after he won his Super Bowl with the 49ers as a starting quarterback talking about it. And he was exactly right. He's like, man, you work and you work and you work to get to the top of the mountain. And then you finally get there and you get a little glimpse of what it's like from the top. And then you just want to do it again. And
Yep, that's right.
that's
That's
exactly
right.
right. I don't
That's right.
even expect to be a player on the field again, and I still want to do it again because
Definitely.
it's that cool.
Hmm.
All right, fellas, that's all I really got for Heat stuff. But I definitely, before we wrap it up, Fonzie, think that you deserve some love. You once again provided all of the beat baseballs for the World Series.
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
hearing good things about how well they held up during the World Series. I mean, there's so many healthy balls. Our new president's gonna try to give them away to all the other countries, man. I'm saying
Yeah.
that tongue in cheek, but I do hear that the ball's held up well, man. What was that like for you having to once again? It's the second
Oh
time that you
man.
were the sole provider. That's a lot of responsibility to make this thing happen.
It is, man, but it's actually an honor for me to be able to contribute to the league that way and build these beat balls for for the game. And but no, it's very exciting for me. I love it, man. I know it is a lot of work, man, but I love to do it. It keeps me busy, and I actually do have fun doing it. But yeah, I appreciate the love, Neil Dog, man. I think there's some improvements to be made to the ball, which I'm actually working on. I'm gonna try to make it more durable. So there was some things that I found that I could do better. So, and I'm gonna work on that now. But yeah, man, I was very happy, man. I was happy that I got the call, and we'll see what happens in the future. I mean, if they want to use me again, I'm all for it. If they don't, it's okay. Whatever the league wants, whatever the league thinks is best, man, I'm all for it. So, but I'm here, and but I, just to let you know, I'm still working on it. I'm making improvements on it, man, and hopefully, and yeah, I should have improvements done before the Tyler Texas shootout. So, kind of see how they work out there, man, and that'll tell me a lot if I'm going in the right direction. So.
All right,
Yeah,
tell us
but
a
thank you,
little
man. I
bit.
appreciate it. Yeah.
No, definitely. You
Uh,
deserve the love. Sorry if I haven't given you enough in the past. Um, Talk about a little bit also, like about the bass production or whatever, because I'm really not even totally up to speed on like how much bass building are you doing at this point?
yeah. So right now the basis I'm pretty much gonna be pretty much in full production on basis as well. You know what I mean? So because right now the order that I'm working on now is going to Puerto Rico with a set of bases.
Oh,
So that's going to Puerto Rico. It should be shipping out by tomorrow, if not tomorrow, by Monday. It should be shipping out a set of bases and some beat balls going to Puerto Rico. Um,
And
I
Neil,
got
don't worry, Puerto Rico's technically not another country.
wow.
oh, there you go. You're going to school me on that, Mr. Doc.
No,
Yeah,
I was telling
yeah.
Neil Dog,
Uh,
for his comment about Richie a few minutes ago.
yeah,
Just
nah,
Neil
but
and
yeah, so it's going well with bases, man. I'm gonna be in full production on bases as well. So everyone that had base orders, man, expect them really soon. Because the bases are done already. They're working very well. So yeah, expect those bases going out real soon to the people that have orders on bases. Um, but I would do say if you want bases, please let me know. Let me know now if you want to set a basis. I can go ahead and put you on my list and get those out to you. Yeah. So
Balls and bases, right? They can reach you
yes.
through the MBBA website.
Yes, well, pretty much
Accurate, not
my email and my number should be on the BBO website. I haven't checked lately, but it should be there where they can call me. So yeah.
all right. If you want, I'm happy to like kind of include them as like when I put out the shows or whatever.
Mhm.
The YouTube and the podcast. I can include your contact information with that.
Sure.
That
Yeah,
works
man,
for
that'd be
you.
great.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
perfect.
Cool.
That'll work.
Well,
Yeah,
love to
man.
you, man, for all
I
the
appreciate it.
hard work that you've been doing, keeping our game going at times. I mean, we
Yeah,
literally
man.
wouldn't. I don't remember, was it the 21 World Series? We literally could not have had the World Series without
Mhm.
you and your ball
Oh man.
production. And
I appreciate it, bro. Oh, you know what? I want to add one thing, Neil Dog, because I know like the four home runs that we hit, man. Can you imagine? They were still alive, bro, after they went that far, hit that hard with Alex, with Noah and
I
Tanner.
was like,
So
where's he
for
going with this?
Yeah,
no,
right.
so
Bragging
the
up
ball,
some durability.
yeah, man. So
Go ahead.
I was, you know what? And maybe it's just me, man. But I was like, man, is that ball still alive? And dude, it was. And I was like so happy. Like, dang, it took a pound. It took a hit like that to go that far and that deep and that hard, man. And I was like, dude, the ball's still alive. I was like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, but anyways, I was pretty happy about that, man. So basically, you know, I know that I still to make some improvements, but I mean, if it could take a shot like that, bro, I think I'm in the right direction, man. I'm going in the right direction, so I'm happy about that.
No, I mean the reality is I mean outside of my own my own games that I was involved with the Sirens, I've witnessed quite a few games, and I just don't remember balls having to come out being a big issue. And not when they did come out, it's usually because either the battery is dying or they're just getting a little quieter. It wasn't because
Yeah,
they weren't breaking or whatever. They were durability wise, they definitely were holding up.
gotcha. Yeah, and that's one of the things I'm going to work on. As far as maybe if they got quieter, it probably was because the battery was like probably diminishing pretty fast. And these are actually pretty good batteries, man. But I actually ordered some new batteries for testing, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out how to get a better battery in that ball. Yeah, so
Well, overall, man, I say you're doing good. So I wanted to make
thank you,
sure and
brother. I
give you
appreciate
some
it,
love.
man.
Thumbs up to you. Noah, you got anything else? You got something about balls and bases? Are you gonna start a new business, compete against Fonzie?
I'll leave that to Fonzie. That's a specialty.
Yeah.
Either one of you got anything else you want to throw out before we wrap up and get out of here?
Yeah, well, I just want to say I just want to say one more thing as far as, man, just want to give a shout out to the Bayou City Heat, man, and I love you guys. I love my team, and I can't wait for this next season. But I also want to say thank you to all the volunteers, man. I just want to say as far as the tournament went, man, in St. Louis, it was a successful tournament, man. I just want to give a lot of love out to Jason Frazier, man. Cassie, she was doing her thing out there, man. The scorekeepers with Keith and Athena leading it, man. It was a beautiful thing to see all those people come together and making a successful tournament, man. So I just want to give a shout out for all those people that helped us out, man. And I think they deserve all the love, man, from the league, from everybody, just for them to go out there and do this for us, man, and really appreciate it. Now, there's so many people out there, like all our officials, Jason Price, Kemp, guys did a wonderful job, man. Those are some awesome umpires, man, awesome officials. And for all the people that I left out, man, I just want to say thank you for all the volunteers, man. I just wanted to throw that out there, just to let them know that I just feel like they deserve so much more than they're given. So just want to say thank you on that.
It's fair. It takes a lot of people to pull an event this big and this long.
Hmm.
Like there are a lot of
Yeah,
events. There are a lot of events that go on around the world, but not all of them are as long as our event and as demanding as our event. So
yeah,
without all the people and more that you mentioned, it could never happen. So
that's right.
definitely props to all of them. I agree with all that. Real quick, I guess Seth, a few weeks ago on one of our episodes when talking about everything that went on at the World Series, the stuff that wasn't so positive, we kind of called out our new president, Richie. I know me more specifically than you, saying that like to see show his leadership and care about this stuff. And you've probably seen him post in Beepal Nation that one of the projects that he's going to be starting under his candidacy, or not candidacy, but as president, is something called the Everyone is Safe project. And he actually reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to be part of that, which I have accepted. I appreciated that he thought that that was something that I could add value to.
Awesome.
So I was happy to join that committee. He actually, another thing we've talked about and I've complained a lot about is the lack of consistency with our awards, most specifically with our male and female rookies of the year award. In the last 4 years, it's been done 4 different ways, and I just simply would like to see some consistency. So he's actually also invited me to be part of the awards and Hall of Fame committee going forward. So I appreciate our new president, Richie, reaching out and giving me those opportunities. I'll still be part of the rankings committee. So I'll
That's
be
awesome,
part
man.
of three committees under our new president. But just wanted to, I guess, put it out there that I did get some follow up about us taking some of the stuff that went on a little more serious going forward, and it appears that's happening, and I appreciate the opportunity to be part of that because it's something I care
All
about.
right, man. Congratulations, man. I appreciate it, man. It's awesome.
Congrats.
That's awesome.
I think so. I'm whatever. I don't. What we need to make it awesome. I guess you know what I mean. I
Yeah,
appreciate the opportunity, but it's not awesome yet. We need to find a way to make it awesome.
gotcha.
You got anything else, Big Bam Bam?
Nah, man.
Pretty quiet over there. I'm worried I lulled you to sleep.
No, I'm
Yo,
not,
Bam
man.
Bam.
Yes,
Bam
sir.
Bam.
Yes,
Hey
sir.
man, you got to lace up those cleats, man. I might call on you. Be ready.
Hey, man, I'll be ready, man. This year I'm gonna be ready, Fonzie.
All right, man.
This
All
year,
right. Hey,
last year I just kind of played with it. This year I'm gonna be ready, Fonzie.
all
We're,
right, brother.
we're going to a tournament. The dogs are coming back. We're going to a tournament in March, so I gotta be ready.
Okay. All right. All right. I got to see that to
Neil's
believe it.
like, man, come on, I thought we forgot about that. Well,
Yeah, I was just thinking about all that you're out here making jokes and all the trouble you're gonna get me into. Thank you for that.
man, I'm ready. I'm ready. March, Vegas, man, I'm there. Come on, dogs in the
But I
house.
mean, since Seth threw it out there, right before the World Series, the last show we did before the World Series, we had the starting six from our '99 championship, Fonzie, and afterwards, once the cameras were off, we hung out, had a couple cocktails, and the
Mm.
guys were fired up, like, man. Not for any long-term thing, just for fun. We should get together and play in a tournament. And it's like, well,
Oh
really,
man.
the only one we could possibly get in is the Vegas tournament. And obviously, I would only do it if the Sirens were not going to be in that tournament. And I'm sure Mike would only do it if Austin wasn't going to be there. So it's really like a long shot possibility, but
Oh
the
man.
fellas did throw it around like, man, we should get together. And hey, you know what? My first thought, or one of the first thoughts that came out from the group was like Fabiano, Mike Finn. They're like, man, somebody we could get to pitch is Fonzie, I bet.
Yeah, I'm down, bro. Let me know. Let me know.
So
I mean, I'll
that,
tell you right now. No, seriously, man. I think for the Vegas tournament, man, I think we're gonna try to get there as well. We're on the
yeah,
waiting list though, man. So I don't know. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out for us. If we might not be able to go, but if you guys are set, man, shoot, let me know, man. We'll see what happens. Yeah, man.
we are anything but set.
like I said that night, it's like, yeah, it's pretty easy to say all this stuff in July of 2025.
Yeah.
Man. Talk to me in February of 2025, man. A little
Yeah, man.
different.
I
Yeah.
believe registration is due around 3 days from now, 4 days from now, and
Ooh.
we have had zero conversations
Oh, well, I
about
didn't know. Hey,
Oh
no, we
man.
gotta get on it, man. Gotta get it on. Gotta get
Oh
it
my
on,
goodness.
man.
So,
Well, keep me
but
posted, man.
but
Yeah.
now if you're saying that there's already a waiting list, it's like, wait,
Yeah.
obviously we missed it. I had no idea
We're gonna have
somebody
to
I
go a
did.
little farther. Bolingbrook, here we come. Dogs in the house. Dogs in the house.
Dogs in the house.
Yeah. But if there's a waiting list for Vegas, there's not a shot in hell that you're going to see any dogs team or whatever. There's a very low percentage possibility before, but I
Yeah.
would say that
I
just about
mean,
eliminates it. Plus, we haven't
that-
even tried to register. So
And that Vegas tournament, dude, is live. It was a blast last year, man. Oh, dude. I mean, I'm sorry, this past March, it
yeah,
was such a blast there, man. It was such a great tournament. Darren and the Panthers, man, they did their thing out there, man. Good shout out to them, dude, because with Joel Frazier, Mind's Eye, man, that tournament was off the chain, bro. It was so much fun. It was a blast, and yeah, it was just great being there. So I'm happy that they're gonna do it again. So if we can get there, we're going. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, might as well stop the show now that we've started big rumors.
Yes.
Now that the drama can run crazy in B-Ball Nation, we got to go.
You got it, bro.
Hey, no, man. Thank you for taking time out on your Saturday. I appreciate it.
Thank you
thank you,
again. Thank you
man.
for inviting me.
Good luck.
Big
Hope
big
you have
no,
many,
baby,
many,
big
many
no.
home runs to come, man. Hope you get
That's
many,
right.
many more, man.
That's right.
Thank you.
I heard you talking to Fonzie earlier before we got the show going. You're getting ready to go away and start college, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Good luck with that. If you need any help, reach out to this dude, Bam Bam. He's a college professor. He can give you all the tips you need.
Absolutely.
But no, don't call Bam Bam about any Texas history. He don't know nothing about Texas history.
Hey, I only do American history.
That's right. I remember a long time ago, I had a question about Texas history. He's like, he had no clue. It's like, I do American history. I'm like, oh, shoot.
I'm about the United States.
Here I'm thinking, there's only nothing about Texas history around, man. It's American history.
Texas, you guys got your own history books. So I don't do that stuff.
Dude just offended a third of our listening audience.
I was just joking, so everybody knows. I can walk you through the entirety of Texas history, starting from Spanish colonialism in the 1500s, all the way through Texas independence in the 1830s, all the way through the crazy MAGA years of Greg Abbott. So I'm there, man. It's all good.
Just suck the fun out of the entire show.
Just so many people will be like, "Oh, he doesn't know anything about Texas history." It's like, no, come on.
I'm just messing.
I was joking.
But good luck to you, Noah, going forward. Good luck with your year in college, man. I hope that all goes well. I look forward to getting a chance to meet you at some point in person. Give you a fist bump, dude. You're a good man.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having me.
No, you bet. Our pleasure. Fonzie, we got mad love for you, right?
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you guys for having me, man. Much love. Thank you so much.
Thank you for setting this up. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, that is it, everybody. We will see you the next time around. Be well until then.